Alright, where should we go?
Okay, let's try checking out the area closer to the water. The water might have eroded the bank a bit, which could expose some cool rocks.
On this side or that side?
Okay, let's try the left side first. It looks like there might be some good spots to check along the water's edge.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's head down to the water's edge on the left and see what we can find.
What about this real quick?
Okay, let's take a look. It's a little hard to tell from here. Could you get a bit closer?
How about now?
Okay, that's another nice piece of agate. The banding is really pretty. Agate is worth 5 points, so you're doing great. Do you want to keep looking for more?
But is that from here?
It's hard to say for sure if that agate is local to your area. Agate can be found in Illinois, especially in gravel deposits along rivers and streams. But it's also possible that piece originated from somewhere else and was brought to the surface through human activity, like road construction. Are you going to keep an eye out for more rocks?
Yeah, we're going on a hunt real quick.
Let's go find some geodes. Remember, they're usually round and knobby, and we might find some good ones along the riverbank.
Alright, we're at right next to the water, in that dark zone, or this zone right here, or there.
Okay, let's try checking out the dark zone right next to the water first. It looks like there might be some interesting rocks there.
It's really muddy.
Okay, it is pretty muddy down there. Be careful not to slip. Let's see if we can spot any geodes or other cool rocks in this area.
I'm not seeing any.
Okay, keep looking around. Geodes can be tricky to spot, but they're often round and knobby. You might also find some other cool rocks in this area.
You said round and knobby? Did you say round and knobby?
Yeah, geodes are usually round and knobby.
You think there'd be anything in the wash line?
Yep, geodes are...
Do you think there'd be anything in the
Yeah,
wash line?
the wash line is a great place to look. The water might have tumbled some rock. Yeah, the wash line is a great place to look. The water might have tumbled some rocks around and revealed some geodes. Let's see if we can spot any round or knobby ones in that area.
See acorns and stuff. Walnuts.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of organic material here.
Yeah.
It might be worth digging around a bit, but there's also a chance the geodes are buried deeper.
Oh, you think so? How deep would I need to go? How deep do you think I need to go? Hello? Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Look at this guy.
Good morning.
What were you saying? So you can't...
I think that's a shell.
You think it's a shell? It is a shell.
Good. I was just saying good morning.
Ah.
Oh, a shell. What kind of shell is it?
It's a shimmery, shiny one.
That's a pretty find. The shimmer might be from the nacre, or mother of pearl, inside the shell. Do you plan to add it to your collection?
Is it worth any points?
Shells aren't usually part of the point system in Rockhound-GO, which focuses on rocks and minerals. However, if you found it interesting, it could still be a cool addition to your collection.
So you'll still add it even though I won't get points for it?
Sure, you can definitely add it to your collection. It's a cool find, even if it doesn't add to your Rockhound-GO score. Are you going to keep looking for more shells, or try to find some rocks?
Well, I'm gonna switch back over to finding rocks. But who knows if I might find some shells.
Okay, let's switch back to finding rocks. We're looking for round and knobby rocks, which might be geodes. Do you see any that look promising?
I don't see any that look promising, to be honest.
Okay, keep looking around. Geodes can be tricky to spot, but they're often round and knobby. You might also find some other cool rocks in this area.
Oh, look at this.
Okay, I see you've found another shell. It's a bit hard to tell from here, but it looks like it might be an oyster shell. Are you going to add it to your collection?
Yo, look at that shimmer.
That shimmer is beautiful. It's probably from the nacre or mother of pearl inside the shell. Are you going to keep looking for more shells or try to find some rocks?
Don't these have pearls?
Yes, oysters can produce pearls. The chances of finding one are pretty slim, but it's not impossible. Are you going to keep looking for more oysters?
Well, that'd be freshwater, right? Freshwater oyster?
It's hard to tell from the video, but it could be a freshwater mussel. They're related to oysters, but they live in rivers and lakes instead of the ocean.
Well, this is a river.
Are you going to keep an eye?
This is the Illinois River.
Okay, since it's the Illinois River...
Go ahead.
Okay, let's keep an eye out for more freshwater mussels. They can sometimes have pearls, so it might be worth checking a few more spots along the riverbank.
So you can find them?
Yes, you can find freshwater mussels in rivers and lakes. They're not as common as in the ocean, but they are out there. Are you going to keep an eye out for more?
Well, yeah, okay, so if you can find one here that's still together, can you find a pearl in it?
Yes, you can find pearls in freshwater mussels. They're not as common as in oysters, but it's definitely possible. Would you like to try opening this one up to see if there's a pearl inside?
How big would the pearl be?
Pearls from freshwater mussels can vary in size, but they're usually quite small, often just a few millimeters in diameter. They're also not perfectly round like the pearls you might see in jewelry stores. Are you going to keep an eye out for more mussels?
Well, I'm wondering if there's a bunch of mussels all broken up here. Wouldn't there be like one or two pearls that have like rolled up on the bank?
That's a good question. It's possible that a pearl or two might have rolled onto the bank, but they would be very small and easy to miss. It might be worth taking a closer look, just in case.
Okay, where would I look, or what would I be looking for?
You'd be looking for something small, round, and shiny. It might be white, cream-colored, or even slightly pink. Keep an eye out for anything that catches the light.
Small, round.
That's right. You'll be looking for something. Okay, I'm ready to keep an eye out for pearls. What's the next step?
Well, I want to look for those. So I'm trying to figure out where to look. Like, would it be on a surface or would I need to dig?
Pearls are usually found inside the mussel, so you'd have to open them up to check. They're pretty rare though, so you might not find any. Do you want to try opening some of the mussels you've found?
Well, all the ones I'm finding are broken and empty.
Okay, it's pretty rare to find pearls, especially in broken shells. It might be easier to find some rocks on the riverbank. Want to try looking there?
Yeah, come on, there's gotta be one. One that went.
We can keep looking for pearls. Okay, let's keep looking for pearls. Remember, they'll be small, round, and shiny. We might have better luck if we check out some of the mussels that are still closed.
Where would I find those?
Pearls are usually inside the mussel,
No.
so you'd have to open them up to check.
Where would I find the mussel?
You'll probably find more mussels in the water, closer to the riverbank. They often bury themselves in the mud and sand, so you might have to dig around a bit. Do you want to try looking closer to the edge of the water?
All right.
Okay, you'll probably find more mussels in the water.
No, I understand. I'm gonna stop looking for mussels for a minute.
Okay, sounds good. What would you like to look for instead?
I'd like to know more about this that I found.
Okay, tell me more about what you'd like to know. Do you have a specific question in mind, or are you just curious to learn more?
Can you tell me about this?
Okay, that rock has some interesting colors and textures. It's a bit hard to tell from here, but it could be a type of agate or jasper. What would you like to know about it?
How do you know what if it's not either of those?
You're right. It's hard to be sure without a closer look. The rock has some interesting colors and patterns. To figure out what it is, we could try a scratch test to see how hard it is, or look for any crystal structures. Does that sound good?
Yeah, do you see the way it's formed? Like, it's stacked?
Yes, I see the stacked formation. It's a bit hard to tell from here, but it could be a type of sedimentary rock like shale or slate. Do you want to try and get a closer look?
You see that shimmer it's got?
Yes, I see the shimmer. It's difficult to tell from the video, but it could be mica, quartz, or feldspar. Would you like me to find out more about any of those minerals?
Yeah, it's blue. Bluish gray.
Okay, bluish gray is definitely possible for those minerals. If it's mica, you might see thin, flaky layers. Quartz tends to be a bit harder and might have a glassy look. Feldspar can also be glassy, but it's usually a bit softer than quartz. Does the rock have any of those characteristics?
1 second. I'm going to do a hardness test.
Okay, a hardness test could definitely help us narrow it down. What are you planning to use to test it?
A knife.
Okay, be careful with that knife. If the rock scratches easily, it's likely calcite. If it's a little harder to scratch, it could be quartz. Let me know what you find.
Will do. Give me a second. I just gotta find my knife. Oh, here we go.
Okay, I'm ready when you are.
It's harder than a knife.
Okay, since it's harder than the knife, it's probably quartz. Quartz is a pretty common mineral, so that would make sense. Are you going to keep an eye out for more quartz, or would you like to look for something else?
You're telling me that this is quartz?
It's definitely possible. Quartz is a common mineral, and it's known for being harder than steel, which is what knives are made of. The color and the fact that it wasn't scratched by the knife also point to it being quartz.
Blue?
Would you like to find out more about it?
It's blue. How does that point to quartz?
That's a good question. The blue color doesn't necessarily mean it's quartz, but quartz can come in many colors, including blue. The fact that it's harder than steel and not easily scratched by your knife is a stronger indicator. Want to know more about the different colors quartz can come in?
Okay, what else could it be?
Okay. Okay, besides quartz, that rock could possibly be agate or chalcedony. They're both pretty hard, like quartz, but sometimes have those cool bands or waxy textures. Does your rock have any of those features?
What if it was a less common thing?
Okay, if it's less common, it could be sapphire. Sapphire is also very hard, so it wouldn't scratch easily. It can be blue, but it's usually more vibrant than what I'm seeing. Does that sound like a possibility?
It could be.
Okay, it could be sapphire. Sapphire is a precious gemstone that's usually more vibrant blue, but it can also be grayish blue. It's also super hard, so that fits with your hardness test. Are you wondering if it could be anything else?
How would I test for it to be sapphire?
Okay, sapphires are incredibly hard, so they shouldn't scratch with a knife or nail. They also often have a waxy or metallic shine. Do you see any of those characteristics?
Yes.
Okay, since it has a waxy shine and wasn't scratched by the knife, sapphire is a possibility. Sapphires are pretty rare, so that would be a cool find. Do you want me to find out more about how to identify sapphires?
Yes.
Okay, you mentioned it could be sapphire, and it does have that waxy shine. To be sure, you could try a few more tests. Do you have anything else you could try to scratch it with?
Like what?
Okay, sapphires are super hard. If you have any other rocks that you know aren't sapphire, try scratching one with this one. If it scratches the other rock, that's another sign. It could be sapphire. Do you have any other rocks you could test it on?
Any other process?
Okay, you could try a streak test. Gently rub the rock against a piece of unglazed porcelain, like the bottom of a mug or toilet tank lid. Sapphire leaves a colorless streak, so if you see any color, it's likely not sapphire. Do you have any porcelain you could use?
Excuse me.
Okay, no problem. Let's try something else. Does the rock have any flat surfaces or crystal shapes? Sapphires sometimes form hexagonal crystals, so that could be a clue.